Hello and welcome to the War in the Pacific, where it is the 11th of March, 1942, in the Wirraway versus Encircled play-by-mail campaign. Usual bombardments of Jaffna. Counter-guerrilla operations by the Japanese. Okay, we've begun our landings at Vava'u. One of our cruisers hits a mine. Troops are ashore. And I don't expect much Allied resistance since much of the fleet they had in the South Pacific was damaged or sunk a few days back. Expensive torpedo to waste on a yard patrol craft. So we're simultaneously reinforcing Wallace Island. Betty's hitting the defenders. So there's a USAF base force. So there's a part of a Chinese corps there. Sally's continue airfield suppression to Samarinda. Lily's harassing Dutch. Krilla's, Sally's. Destroying Burmese troops and hitting the garrison, the airfield at Lanchow, I would guess. Yeah, airfield. I had some Oscars free from other duties, so decided to interrupt his milk run at Rumchi. Some of the mediums outside of Nagpur, hitting the 33rd Division. Got the B-17s. Clear sky. Open terrain. That's more like what you typically expect. Down around 7,000 feet. Okay, not much in the second half of the air phase. Continue our unloading. Just the armor attacking here. So that base force moved into the hex accidentally, maybe. Hadley Chow. Paratroopers doing some dot base cleanup. Okay, we'll speed through the end of the turn. Okay, just check in. Nothing unusual in the pattern of losses. Start off in the illusions. Nothing particularly concerning. Looks like just some random, it's not random, it's harassing activity north of Pearl in China. The tank only attack couldn't rout the defenders. So you can see how our engineers are recovering, still struggling. Oscar drivers got a few kills. Still a few days before this mixed brigade can force the river crossing here. See, second echelon, 3 divisions and 2 artillery regiments are following along. Ninth division is on its way to Manila, ready to move in. Join the 1st, 25th, 14th still recovering. Then we have some Naval Guard units. Get some combat experience. Siege guns arriving. Still showing 11 fighters at Clark. Continuing to prepare for the final steps of the invasion of Borneo. Waiting on the last element of the 2nd Royal Thai Army Division to arrive at Lashio for that attack and beginning the move further into Burma. Convoys returning to Singapore after delivering forces into India. $50,000 troops. Quite a bit of combat power there. Currently have 4 divisions plus another on the way, plus some more tank regiments, and the 5th Division. We'll see how this develops. Time is running out for stranded units on Ceylon, but I want to be uh, distracted uh, by Ceylon at this point. Okay. You can see Shikaku, Zuikaku are getting some damage repaired along with Tone and Takuma. See, we're unloading supplies and equipment at Wallace Island. This operation is just about wrapped up, so the carriers will withdraw. Our units are ashore in good order with adequate supply. Let's check and see. It's one of the old cruisers, Kinagusa, who hit a mine. She's going to have a month plus of shipyard time, but she doesn't look like she's in any danger at the moment. Okay. So more troops and supplies for Wallace Island. And with the Vava'u and Wallace reinforced, we're ready to begin moving into the Samoa Islands. And redeploy the carriers. So we'll have to do it without carriers. And we still have some dot-based cleanup here to do. Just trying to get our paratroopers back together so we can wrap this up before the carriers arrive. Still have plenty of time to do that. Okay, well, generally things are moving along. Ceylon is a shit show. India looks like it's going to be a really tough fight in here. We'll see. Burma's within a week or so, I think, of largely being finished out. We still have another week at least of fighting around Lanchao, and a week or so as our southern Quelland turning movement develops. Other than that, all is pretty good. I'll take a quick show you what's going on in terms of R&D. So the A6M3s are still repairing. Those, let's flip over to A6M3As. A6M5s are researching. You can see all the factories devoted to the SAM. Jill's will eventually come online, but my goal is actually to have the Grace about the time the Jill is ready. Judy's are coming along. Night Fighter Irvings are progressing. Jacks just for realism. Oscar 2As. I'm going to build a lot of Oscars. Need the 2B and the 3 and the 4 as soon as they're available. Kojo's, Nick Night Fighters, Armored Helens, Ponies for Realism, and the Peggy T's and Peggy's, and then all the Franks and the Georges. So that's what research looks like. Engines, 3 factories trying to get the Judy's engine ready. 1 factory for the Tonys. No rush on the 43s. We'll switch 45s to 43s when the 45s are done, but that's still ways away. Well, probably have them by August or September, probably September, 42. Then these will all convert to get the 43s available. That's what engines look like. Let's see, I'm still short of the 500 for the 35 research bonus for the A6 line, and and for the Oscars, but we're building up towards that 500. Probably get there by pretty close to the end of this month. In terms of ship availability, you can see I'm accelerating essentially all the key carriers at the moment. And little else. Right now, Yamato's halted. I'm just going to wait another couple months to get the 2 supers out of the yard at about the same time. Okay, well, I look forward to our next chance to talk.